Hello, so good to meet you at our global motivational meeting. We are reading World Scriptures book, this God's word that inspire billions of people, families, communities, countries, and the whole world. It helped me, my family, and my organization. I will help you too. Just read these quotes and practice your daily life. Think about them, that God could give you tips about happiness and prosperous life. As we're reading this holy book from the beginning, please find all the chapters of our Message to Billion channel, turn on suggestion playlist, and listen God's words all day. So for today, God prepared for us the topic about labor. The primary way that most people contribute to society is through their labor. We spend our adult lives working to provide for our families and ourselves. Yet before we receive any benefit, our labor adds to the overall wealth of the nation. Furthermore, labor is one way by which we take after God, the maker of heaven and earth. God created us to find satisfaction in our labor and to enjoy its fruits. By our work, we became co-creators with Him. No society can be prosperous unless its members are educated to have a work ethic and have the opportunity to better themselves through their labor. A practical function of religion is to encourage the virtues that make for economic success. Industry, thrift, adaptability, responsibility, and integrity in the workplace, and the love of one's job. Although certain religions traditions exalt a life of poverty and mendicancy above a productive life of work, most traditions promote honest work and self-sufficiency even for members of the clergy. Although most religions reject a life devoted solely for worldly profit, they value work as having divine approval when its gains are spent appropriately in serving others, carrying charity and proper worship. All works is sacred and in the service of heaven. First quote, work is worship. Another quote, great is labor, it confers honor on the laborer. About another quote, Abu Hurairah said, while we were with the prophet, a young man appeared. We said this young man should sacrifice his youth, energy, and strength to worship Allah. The prophet heard what we had said and replied, nothing is in the way of Allah except that a man be slain in the way of Allah, or a man feed his parents, or a man feed his family, or a man strive to support himself. These are the way of Allah. Another quote, love work and hate lordship. Further, let's read the quotes from second guy Messiah, Father, Son, and Moon. Whatever I do on earth, even working in a factory, is a material to enrich my entire life. You should not be half-hearted about your work. If you are, you will never amount to more than an Iraq boy, and an Iraq boy can never establish himself. So when you work, you should invest all of your heart in it. Think that you were born for the work, as if it were your eternal spouse. In order to make the relationship with your spouse absolute and eternal, it requires investing and forgetting, investing and forgetting. Likewise, only by your investment will you form an absolute relationship with your work. Economic activity set up a relationship between the worker and the materials he works with. You should love the things you make and sell. They are you object partners. By doing business with them and loving them, you input to them a value equal to yourself. Thus, if you are worth 100, then each product of your business will also be worth 100. If you are worth 1,000, then your product, even a small inexpensive pocketbook, will be worth 1,000. Why does a fountain pen that once belonged to a famous person sell for thousands of dollars at auction? And even though it was for his casual use, it holds that the person's love as his object partner, which puts to it his great value. Rather than regarding an industry as important, we should place a greater value on the people who work in that industry. Rather than regarding science as important, we should place a greater value on the scientists. Rather than regarding art as important, we should place a greater value on the artists. But what is the current trend? An industry is valued, but not its workers. Science is valued, but not its scientists. Art is valued, but not artists. Diplomacy is valued, but not diplomats. The human beings in each field are devalued. What happened to the people? They have been devalued. This morning at the opening of the Washington, D.C. church, its director called Bokhipak was probably happy, but I was not. Why? It is because we purchased a church building that had been built by others. It would have been better if we ourselves had built this church from scratch. The Mormons who built this church cut slabs of marble from mountains more than 9,000 feet high and carried them here. You worked for about 2 months repairing and painting the building, but it took the Mormons 3 years when they first built it. I wish that you will have invested greater love and effort than the Mormons. But as it is, how can you compare your devotion to this building to theirs? You would work at the refurbishing the building. Do you think you are better than them? You say yes, but are you confident that God who knows the building's history would agree with you? I had another thought when I walked into this building. The Mormons built this building with lots of energy and hard work, but then they sold it. They abandoned it and then went out and built a new temple. This important question is, did they put more heart, tears, and sweat into building their new and bigger temple than their Ferb did for this church long ago? Or did they just put up money and give the plans to a contractor to build it? Did they build it with their money or with their heart, sweat, and labor? That is an important question. So they do not know it. Put yourself on the position of God. Would he rather dwell in a big new marble temple or in a small and humble temple that was built by the members' labor and devotion? To God, the size of the building means nothing. Whether it is beautiful or plain means nothing. From this perspective, God would rather be in this building than in the newly built Mormon temple. If you in Christian church members are more sincere and dedicated than the present days Mormons, if you are actively taking responsibility to save the city, then surely God will continue dwelling in this place that has a tradition of dedicated believers, the Mormons of old, who worshiped him here with rejoicing. With this in mind, I entered this building. So powerful quote for today. If you have difficulties, please watch one more time this video. Share this video as we are in this below Happy Life Grabbers Marathon. Contact me for consultation operation and become a member of this Heavenly Parents for community globally. Receive Heavenly Kingdom citizenship right now. The contact is below. And see you tomorrow with more powerful quotes. Till then, turn on suggestion playlists, choose the best one, and listen God's word. Stay blessed all the day. Bye bye. Yours, Nicolae.